So this is going to be my first ever YouTube channel video. I've had actually YouTube access for many years, like so many people. And supposedly, according to my teenager, it's a lot of fun to create stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Because for one thing, having worked for a good chunk of my life ever since I was a teenager to my adult life now, where I'm quality and safety for the company I work at, because as you can tell, I am in my office. There's a lot of people who start out like me, like, where do I find this information? What's the question? What's OSHA? What's Oreong OSHA? ASME, GD&T? And I have this knowledge. Granted, I am not a certified expert in either or any of these topics. However, I have access to some of them, as well as I am familiar with researching and reading. Which, God, I would hope so after this many years, be good at reading. But it's, reading the language of OSHA, reading the language of ASME, reading the language of GD&T, which I can do. So what I'm going to do here is every few days or maybe once a week, put something online about a topic I am researching. And granted, it could also be a recipe because I do like to cook. And this weekend I'll be making some pavlova, which is apparently an Australian dish from one of my other children's videos that they like to watch. So I'm going to figure out how to make that. And occasionally go, haha, it turned out disgusting, or wow, it was really delicious. Because, for example, when I bake cakes, they taste great, but for some reason, I just cannot make them fluffy. They're always very dense cakes, even though I put in the right proportions and even add a little more baking soda, baking powder to add in the fluff and bicarbonate ratio. It just doesn't work. But that's okay. At least it tastes good, and we're good. Also, I make pretty good frosting. I'm also pretty good at doing, well, I don't have the money to do this home project, so I'm going to do a little janky, and it still works out and it looks fabulous, and you would never know it was janky. However, we did add a fence detail recently, and it was janky, so yeah. Had a whole fake commercial for it and everything. It was great. But anyway, so this is my first video. It's going to go up. I'll see what kind of views it gets. It'll actually be very hilarious. And maybe my next video will be responding to comments of how crazy and stupid readers think I am. Or I guess technically listeners, and I'll be reading the comments. But yeah, so here we go. The first one ever. Oh my gosh, having YouTube access for over 20 years. All right, this will be fun. And maybe next time I'll be at home instead of in my office, or I'll be outside.